Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents, father and mother, and my teachers. Hello, good evening. This is Achan Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center. Today is 14th of April, Tuesday. So today, relatively very good weather. Before we go ahead on different topics, I would like to extend my appreciation for those who have donated towards the center, particularly Chirapon, £50, June from Shetland, £50, Eros from Bankery, £35, and also members who came to drop off a lunch and other materials like flowers and tissue papers to the center. So thank you very much, and also thank you all the comments from Australia, Nepal, Thailand, Norway, and also from London and Aberdeen. So thank you very much. That really encourages me to continue coming every night and talking to you all and sharing some of the insights or some of my knowledge, helping you to understand and dealing with this situation that we are in. So I hope that you are all having a good time and using this opportunity to learn yourself and spending a quality time with yourself, with the family as well. This afternoon I got an email from Australia after he had seen the online YouTube talk, and he sent me an email saying that he is living in Australia and his grandmother is living in Aberdeen, and I was asking if I could go and teach meditation to grandmother who is living alone, isolating. So probably maybe day after tomorrow I will go and speak with her, hoping that I could comfort her and give some meditation guidance to her. Yeah? I met this guy 2 years ago when I was on a retreat, 10 days retreat, silent retreat in Nepal. So on that retreat, on the 9th day, we are all were given a chance to speak each other, and that's how I met this gentleman. And it happened that he came from Aberdeen, and that's how we had an email conversation. And then now I realize he is living in Australia, and so he's requesting me to go and visit his grandmother. So which I will do. Yeah. So like that, and there are quite a lot of number of people isolating and they need a support. So if you can, in any means, whether it is talking or visiting, then you should do in a safe way. And if you find yourself that you're having this bug, so-called virus, then again, do not go out, stay at home, isolating, treating yourself. This is very important. Buddha said that when we look after ourselves, when we keep ourselves safe, at least in this situation, whether although we so-called safe, we are not safe for the longer period of time, because we are born. Once we're born, we are subject to decay. we are subject to sickness and we are subject to death. Yeah, so there is no so-called proper safe, but at least during this time of uncertainty and vulnerability, and this is very infectious, this virus spreading, so this time any measures that if you can, so simply do it to stay away. And that is simple, is to stay at home. You have to do nothing. Yeah. So Buddha also said that if we look after ourselves, then we are also looking after others. Helping your own self is helping others. And this time is such a interesting moment that by doing nothing, we are helping a lot. Yeah? By doing nothing, we are helping a lot this time. In a way, helping the society, helping the country, and helping the earth. Yeah? The whole population on earth. And probably this is the only time for the many generations of the history that we are doing helping the world by not doing anything. And I think I have mentioned in my previous videos that this not doing anything basically means we are doing so much. Yeah, we're doing so many and so much. So don't think that you are doing nothing to save the world, but you are doing so many already. And this isolation or keeping yourself seclusion is, in a way, a Buddhist practice is to learn to be in that situation. When the Buddha was enlightened, immediately after he was enlightened, he stayed in that vicinity under the Bodhi tree for 7 weeks, contemplating, isolating himself from the world, contemplating the teachings that he had found, and investigating within that teachings for such a long period of time. And within this 7 weeks of a time, he moved from only one place to just a couple of yards next place and stayed there for 1 week. And then from there again moved to small other place. Yeah, just few yards away from the Bodhi tree for 7 days. So like that, he spent for 7 weeks isolation, the Buddha. Can you imagine? He enlightened, and yet he isolated himself and contemplating on the teachings that he found, he realized. And there was a moment again, he thought that this teaching is so deep, so subtle, and it's very hard to understand for those who have the taints, or those who are indulged in the sensual pleasures. So that's why he even thought not going to teach. But out of compassion again, he went out and taught for 45 years. So within the history, the religious history, if we look at it, there isn't any religious teacher who spent that many years teaching and enlightening and helping the people, helping the society, awakening them to realize the true teachings, understanding their values, understanding their way of life. None. It's only the Buddha who spent 45 years. And if you look at the Buddha's teachings again, we can see that there is only one, the scripture, a religious scripture, which contains other faiths' views, other views, against the Buddhism or not against the Buddhism. So Buddha was talking with these different types of views and contained in the scripture. And he never said that that view is good, that view is bad, but he simply listened those teachings. And after he had listened that teachings, he simply said that this teaching is leading to this way, and the end of this path is that. And the teachings that I am teaching will lead to this way, and that leads to the Nibbana. And he, again, didn't say that you choose my way. He offered it to us to choose. Yeah? He offer it to us to choose. So now it's up to us which one we want to choose, which one we want to use. So that's why Buddha said, come and see. That was the teachings of the Buddha. Buddha didn't say that, come and believe me what I have said. Come and believe me what I am teaching you. Buddha said, come and see. So inviting you to investigate. And if that is good, if that is helpful, beneficial, then take it on. Take it in and keep on practicing. But if that is not good, Buddha said, just leave it. Do not create any resistance towards it. Just leave it as a sight. Just leave it aside and carry on the good dharma, good dhamma, practicing it. So that's why it's become a self-awareness. Buddha gave full power to us to choose. We have all the power, all the potentiality to choose that path, which path we would like to go. And this defines that every action that we do defines ourselves. Yeah? This is coming from the previous talks. Every action that we do, that defines. And every action that we do is our karma. Yeah? New action. And this defines the destiny. So we are the own refuse. Attadipo bhava. Yeah? We are own refuse. And we define. And when we are safe, so we can save to the others. When we know the right path, we will be able to lead the right path. So that's why when we are isolating ourselves, not just saving ourselves, not just keeping ourselves safe, and at least of this time, in this situation, we are also helping others, encouraging others to save themselves and keep themselves safe. So it's very important. And also when we look at this concept, what we can see that even the enlightenment itself is the individual act. Buddha became enlightened by his own purification, by his own effort. Thousands of lives of accumulation of the paramitas, perfections, and wholesome deeds. And then he changed his destiny. He changed his path. So looking at that, what we can see that the concept of the karma is important in Buddhism, yes, but we shouldn't stick with it. We can change the destiny. If we believe fully on that everything what is happening now because of our past karma, then we become a slave of our past karma. And which is no different the concept of so-called God or so-called creator. We cannot change because we have somebody is determining or already determined that what we will be. We have no control over it at all. So karma is good, important concept in Buddhism, but again, we are not slave to this karma that we have done in the past. We can change here. And this changing is simply of having this clear understanding, having a right understanding, so-called samma ditthi. When we have a right understanding of things as they truly are, then we will be changing our destiny from now. So I'm just continuing from last night. So we can change our karma. Yeah? We are effect of our past karma, yes. But if we are not changing ourselves, then we will continue affecting. So, karma is important, but we are not slave to the karma. We are not determined by the karma. We can change. And we are not belong to any so-called creator. We are not slave to any creator either. Right? So we are not. This is important, but not the ultimate teachings of the Buddha. And the second again is called a kiriya vada, means the result of whatever we have done in the past, that's we are receiving now. And nothing is going to change. We cannot change because everything is already fixed from our karma. So that's called the second concept, it's called kiriya vada. And these two are important. When we look at in the surface, it's very important to understand. It's very important in teachings of the Buddha. And sometimes people take it as the concept, the major concept of the Buddha. But when we look at the suttas and even teachings of the Buddha, we can see that we can change our destiny. But if we take this concept as a karma and a result, then we cannot change. So unchanged concept is not what Buddha's teachings. So that's why when we look at the Buddha's teaching, it's called virya vada. Yeah? You have full potential to change. It's called a virya, effort. Effort to change. Now this is you going to change, not somebody is going to change. You can make the change, not somebody is going to do. Do not wait for someone to make you change. You are going to change. You want to go left or the right? It's up to you. You choose, depending on destiny that you want to go. So this, we have to understand that the whole of Buddha's teachings is self-centered within ourselves and given the full power to ourselves to change it. And for this time, forget about the teachings of the Buddha. At this moment, think of your own day-to-day life. You behave, you act on the basis of what your motivations are and what you're going to do. What is your intention? And you will change according to it. And you act on the basis of that. It's up to you. Suppose you're hungry and someone offers you a food. It's up to you whether you want to eat it or not. They're simply giving it to you. It's up to you. It's up to me what I want to eat. A couple of days ago, I was talking to one of the ladies in Thailand whom I met long time ago, long way ago, and she was the first lady, Thai lady, I met in Nepal. And I was talking to her, and she said, people will come and offer a food to monks in order to get a merit. And whatever good food, delicious food, they will offer it to you, to the monks. And it's a monk's duty that what you want to eat. We cannot blame that the lay people bringing a fatty food, oily food, and that's why monks becoming a fat or having different diseases. I really like that when she mentioned it. And this also we can reflect to our life too, your life too. It's you who choose to eat, not that somebody imposed on you to eat that food or this food. So it's based on us. I choose to eat what I like. And it's up to us, our conscience, that what your intention is. So with that, what is going to change is our perception. So Buddha's teachings is change our perception, changing our perception from one to another. And some people will change their perception from good to bad. And the Buddha's teachings is changing our perception from good to bad. Bad to good. So it's called effort. If there is any negativities which is not arisen in your mind, do not let it come in. And if there is any negativities inside your minds and inside your heart, recognizing that and releasing it, so taking it out. Do not let it stay with our minds and heart, all these negativities, unwholesome actions. And any good things which is not arisen in our minds and in our behaviors, wholesome thoughts, positive thoughts, let them create. So generate these positivities in us. And then the last, whatever positivities has been arisen in yourself, maintain it, cultivate it, develop it. So not only that, live with that, so-called jnani kataya. So you're making it as your vehicle. Wherever you're going with this positivity all the time. And with this, what happens? You're changing your perception from one to another. And with this, you are having a right understanding towards the nature and understanding the true nature. And with that, you're going to change. And obviously, when we see that this is not good, or the path that you are following is not good, you're changing towards the good, which is very, very normal. When we lost the wrong path, basically we stop and change to the right path. And that is the teachings of the Buddha. We may have known the right path, or we don't have. If we don't know the right path, then we need to investigate and realize it, study, and keep it into practice, investigate, and then after we have investigated properly, move into the right path. And this is changing our perception from wrong understanding to the right understanding. And that again changing simply based on our effort, not because somebody has given us to believe in, but we have developed this understanding by our own experiential level of understanding. We have investigated properly. And that's how we change to the right understanding. And with this right understanding, we will be following the right path. And that path will lead us to the happiness lead us to the liberation. I offer this as a reflection for tonight. Thank you very much for following and listening this every night. Those who are following, so we'll come back every night 6:30 UK time. You're most welcome. And if not, then again I will try my best to cut pieces and then put it on YouTube as well. You can follow on a YouTube too. So in a few minutes time we will have evening chanting. We will have another half an hour guided meditation. If you want to continue listening, you can tune in again and again. So if not, then again you can come back after half an hour for the guided meditation. Would like to thank you all those who have generously donated to the center in this difficult situation, which will cover all expenses of the center. And if you would like to contribute, you can contact to the center or text me. Meanwhile, any questions or any topics that you want me to speak, you can text me and I will try to cover as many as I can along this every night. So with this, stay tuned in. Thank you very much and may you be happy and peaceful. Sadhu.